Well, hello. Okay, this is going to be hopefully a short to the point tutorial. I'll show you from the overhead camera. This is, you probably know, Elgato Stream Deck. This is the original version, the very first that ever came out from Elgato, and I've been using it for years. I'm very happy with it, and I will continue to use it. But Elgato is quite expensive now, and yes, they are incredibly nice to have. In order to, if I want to switch to my microscope, I press a button to switch back to my normal. I can play clips, I can do whatever I want, well, almost whatever I want. With OBS or anything else, I can control the lights in my house, anything with the Stream Deck. But as I said, it's rather expensive, and those of us who are techs, we have a lot of tech laying around usually, and if you have an old Android phone, Android tablet, I know there's also an app for it on App Store, Apple, and I think it's 29 kroners for the client software for the iPhone. I haven't tested that, but I will be showing you now with a Samsung tablet. It's an old tablet, but doesn't matter as long as you can connect it to the computer. Okay, so let's get started. Now I'm going to put this back in the place where I usually have it, and I will show you this is the Samsung tablet, and I already have the client software in there. Now I can't capture this because, well, I can, but yeah. What you want to do, of course, Symbol Tech, this one is specifically for you. I hope everyone gets to enjoy it, but Symbol Tech, this is for you. You go to the Play Store and just search for Macro Deck. I'll put links down in the description for everything, and it's called Macro Deck Client on App Store, and Google Play Store it's Macro Deck. Just install that and open it up. Once you're on the screen, just go to macro-deck.app. Again, links are in the description. Download the client, and the client is available for Windows and Android. There are Linux and Mac OS to be announced, but they're not out yet, so you need Windows. Just download the stable version. Always a good choice to go with the stable version. The beta can be buggy. Download, install, and start. And I'm sorry for this is going to be an infinite loop here, but I'll bring OBS into this screen, and what you need to do is you need to go into Tools. I have it in Norwegian, but it's Tools and WebSocket. Set up WebSocket. Looks like this. You want to enable WebSocket. Just leave the default 4455. That's okay. Authentication. Yes, you want authentication, and either set a strong password that you know or just have it generate. This section will be blank at first, so when you've entered and you have everything set up, just hit apply and OK. This will of course leave blank, but apply and OK, and you go back to that's actually all you need to do for OBS. Okay, so the app is now on the tablet. I've started it up. I will just click add connection now that everything is set up in OBS with the WebSocket. I will do it, add a connection, and on the main page of the app, I'll go back there. There's a QR code. The QR code is blurred just in case. It'll just use the camera or scan the QR code. It will use the camera, and I will just set it to, I'll show you back on the overhead. It comes up with everything named and appropriate with the correct IP address, the correct port. This is not the WebSocket for OBS. This is to connect to the computer. I just want it to connect automatically, and I click confirm or tap confirm. And now it's actually connected via Wi-Fi, but I want to have it connected so it charges all. I don't have to run out. On the computer, you should now be able to, you will have the grid array, just empty blocks. Now I'll make one new button that'll just switch scenes. And how do you do that? Well, you click. In order to connect to OBS, what you want to do is you want to go to extensions, and you just search or you can see what's installed. You click online, and OBS will be one of the first. I have it installed, so I can just go to that, click configure, and this is just 127.127.001:4455. 127.0.0.1. That is the local IP address, or local, just this computer, nothing else on the network, so just an internal connection. Enter the password that you gave in OBS. Just name it whatever you want. I just call it OBS. And now you should be connected. You can go back to the grid array, and I'll go ahead and I'll create one or two buttons just to show you how to simply switch a scene or something like that. So I'll just right click on a button or on a slot for a button. I'll click edit. And what we want is something to happen on the on press. So we click plus, and we want to do an action. You'll now have, this one won't be active unless you have a WebSocket activated, but I want to do something in OBS, so I just go in here and I will find source visibility. Or I can say, for example, if I want to change scene, so I can set a scene. Let's do OBS, that'll be the one you named. And which scene do I want to switch to? I want to switch to the overhead camera. That's my name for the overhead camera. I'll just click OK. And now I can do on the left side here, I can say, let's just call it overhead. You'll see it's on the lower mid. I want it in the middle. I'll give the button a nice background color, or something like that. And let's just increase the font size. 11 is okay, but I want a font color reminiscent of gold or something like that. Yeah, really gory colors, nice. You can change everything, and you can see the states. Now this will just toggle and change to that. If I press save, I'll show you, I'll switch to the overhead so you can see the tablet. When I click save on the screen now, the button will appear here. Boom, new button. Now we'll go ahead and switch back to the screen. If I just tap the button, and now you can see this just is the set source visibility. I'll show you that button because I have it already saved. So I will go back to the screen. If you want to edit a button, you can just double click it, and just hit the pencil. That's edit. And it's very easy. As you can see, set OBS source visibility. So the connection to use is OBS. The scene you set, because you set the source visibility per scene. So if I want to change, you can see this one uses the overhead camera and it switches my face cam. It's set to toggle. That means it will, if it's off, it'll turn it on. If it's on, it'll turn it off. You can either set it to static off, static on, or toggle between the states. Save, and the button, you can now see my face cam. If I went back to the overhead, my face cam is off, on, off, on. So yeah, very simple, very easy. Costs nothing as long as you have an Android device. And most of us do have some sort of device, either a phone or tablet or anything. I hope you'll find this interesting, useful, and feel free to reach out to me if there's something you need advice with. Tony, just give me a call on Facebook if there's something you need help with setting up. And to the others, comment down below. I'll put links to everything there, and I hope you enjoy. See you next time.